Hello, hockey fans. My name is David. I thought I would start this video recording at 3:38 on the morning of Sunday, 30th of October, 2022, North American Eastern Time. Thought I would do first is present to you the power rankings from the Hockey Guy. Look at all those teams here. Very interesting from the Hockey Guy and all that. So that Calgary Flames logo is kind of ugly. I like the C logo better, but I'm going to power rankings. It's pretty shocked that the Leafs didn't drop out of the top 10 despite a horrible week. 3 straight losses, 1 overtime loss among them. So a point over 3 games. Basically 1 out of a possible 6 points. Not very good. So it stayed in the top 10. I'm amazed. But I don't know for how long they'll stay there in the power rankings when those for the first Saturday of November Pacific time are released. Well, number 1. Numbers 1 and 2, the Calgary Flames and Edmonton Oilers, respectively. Well, there's no reason to suggest that these Alberta teams, are not going to, these aren't, haven't had good weeks. I mean, you believe the Oilers have an average of 1 1/3 points per game, with 18 points over, not 18 points, 12 over 9 games. Flames have 10 over 7, so slightly under 1.5 for the Flames. So they're kind of about equal. Number 3, the Leafs. Hard to believe that they've stayed in the top 10 of the Hockey Guy power rankings among NHL teams. And number 3 among Canadian teams, getting the bronze medal or so. Not that the Leafs necessarily deserve it. Yeah. Well, overtime loss to San Jose Sharks. Yeah. Got to be very concerned. Maybe there would be momentum there. Obliterated by the second period. Yeah, how many 2-goal leads have these had this season? 1 since preseason against Winnipeg Jets. Well, I'm going to get to that next. So 12th overall and 4th among Canadian teams, we have the Winnipeg Jets. So, yeah, very interesting times indeed. The Jets seem to be going on a roll a little bit. Inconsistent, but still, they seem to be doing okay. Let's see if they can keep it up. I don't know if they can. You got, Rick Bowness as a head coach. So, but against the LA Kings, the Jets pile on the goals. But they had to in order to win. That ain't good. So now to go to go with it. All right. So, excuse me. Number 16 overall, and number 5 among Canadian teams, the Ottawa Senators. After a loss on the road in Florida against local Panthers squad, South Florida. Yeah. Sens aren't doing too well away from home. Well, then again, neither are the Leafs. But yeah, Senators haven't won any road games, I don't think. So it's understandable. Maybe the Habs should be up higher a little bit. But again, Hockey Guy claimed that the Habs deserve to be ranked 23rd among NHL teams and second last among Canadian teams. So, we have that 29th over among NHL teams and last among Canadian teams, the Vancouver Canucks. Winners of 2 straight games. Nothing to sneeze at, but still, whether the Canucks can, in November, sustain that pace, we shall see. I've always said, the Canucks are last season's Habs. Looking like they were going to be tanking for Connor Bedard. But even before two new players, Ethan Bear for the Hurricanes and was it Jack Studnicka for the Bruins have entered the lineup, the Canucks have found a way to win 2 in a row. Interesting, isn't it? After struggling so much, I don't know what's going on. So why couldn't the Canucks win before? Don't know. Mystery to me. What I would do is go to the NHL standings. Let's see how Canadian teams are doing. And it's going to be a mixed bag. So first I'm going to present the league-wide standings. I need to determine how on points the Canadian teams stack up. The Alberta teams are at the top. Oh, oops. Alright, just gonna... Oh, okay, good. That's what I want to do. So, we have the Oilers with 12 points. The Flames with 10. That said, the Oilers have played 9 games, the Flames 7, so things could change there. But the way things are now, Flames 10 points over 7 games. The Jets have 10 over 8. The Habs have 10 over 9. So we have the Alberta teams. Oops. Oops. Right, go there. Right. All right. No. Alright, so the Alberta teams are ranked number 1 and 2. The Jets are number 3. The Habs, number 4, 10 points over 9 games. The Leafs are number 5 with 9 points over 9 games. Oops, just gonna get that there. That. I'll fix that later. It'll stay there. Alright. Alright, sorry that. Alright, so we have number 6, the Ottawa Senators, with 8 points over 8 games. Not that far behind. And number 7, the Canucks, with 6 points over 9 games. So, oops. So, what I would do is see which Canadian teams are in playoff positions. So I'm going to go with the wild card, go to the NHL website. So, as of now, there are no Eastern Canadian teams in playoff spots. The Habs are the closest with 10 points over 9 games. But with this, multi-way tie, it's, yeah, they're not in playoff spot, but they're close. The Leafs are a point behind, but just 3 points out of dead last in the Eastern Conference. Leafs are second last in their own division. Could be last by November. It could be last overall after that. So in the Central Division, we have the Winnipeg Jets at number 2. But for how long they stay up there, We shall see. I mean, the Blackhawks are third at 9 points over 8 games. The Avs have 9 over 9. So really looking at the Avs. So the Dallas Stars have 11 points over 9 games. So yeah, these Jets could conceivably get into first in the Central. I don't know. I mean, whether that continues, well, we shall see. The Oilers and Flames are respectively in second and third in the Pacific. To be determined will be how long those two Alberta teams stay there. The Oilers have won 4 straight games. The Flames have just lost in-game regulation, but we'll find out what happens. Particularly, the Flames getting to play in the contiguous United States. What happens then? And then we go down to, well, the Canucks. So the Canucks are out, but surprisingly, not by as much as perhaps some may have feared they would end up being. It's 4 points out, but 4 points out of the nearest available playoff spot. But again, see what happens. It'll be interesting to find out. But boy, oh boy, the Leafs suck. After a not so good road trip, not surprised that the Leafs dropped at least one spot in the Hockey Guy power rankings. But what surprised me is the Leafs didn't drop out of the top 10 in his power rankings. To me, if the Leafs had dropped out of the top 10, the Leafs definitely didn't deserve to stay there. But it may only be a matter of days before the Leafs drop out of the top 10 in the Hockey Guy power rankings. And, well, worse than that, in dead last in the Eastern Conference, and then maybe dead last in the NHL, if things keep on going badly. The Anaheim Ducks are in a big slump. And as of now, Leafs play the Ducks, and the Ducks are in a major slump, having won only 1 game of the 8. They've lost 7 straight, just their last 3 in regulation. But again, the Ducks lost in a shootout, so that's their only point aside from their win. So 3 points over 8 games, not great. But hopefully the Leafs can beat the Ducks. Not so much because, I want the Ducks to stay down, but more because I want the Leafs to go up. Leafs need to go up. They're third from the bottom, tied with the Penguins, but Penguins have more regulation wins, so that's tiebreaker number 1. Pens have 4 regulation wins. Leafs have 3. Leafs fourth. The win that wasn't in regulation occurred in overtime. Leafs also have a loss in overtime, so things gotta be out. Anyway, Leafs have a big game coming up, and if they don't win, they lose. The pressure for changes is only going to grow. And let's face facts. Just going to go, I look at the Leaf schedule. It's going to go to, all right, mapleleafs.com. Just going to go there. So before I go, thought I would do is a preview of the week of the 30th of October. Aside from just the game in Anaheim against the local Duck squad. Alright, I'm just going to see if I can upload the schedule here. Just give you a moment. Alright, just a preview of the month ahead. Alright, give me a moment here. So, have a 2-game homestand against the Flyers and Bruins. Before heading on the road to face the Canes the following week. Then at home against the Knights, Golden Knights, Penguins, and Canucks. Before heading on the road to face the Penguins on the 15th of November. And then 3 straight games at home against Devils, Sabres, and Islanders. And then 4 on the road against the Devils on the 23rd. 25th against the Minnesota Wild. 26th against the Penguins. 28th against the Red Wings. Before heading home to face the San Jose Sharks to end off November. And then on the 3rd of December, they face the Lightning, but I'm going to stop the video right there. And yeah, November is going to be a crucial month. If the Leafs can win enough games, they should be able to stay in the hunt for an Eastern Conference playoff spot. But lose a whole bunch, like what the Canucks did last season, and things are likely to be very different. Anyway, go Leafs go.